Well, for more on this, I'm joined by Alexandra Saieh. She's the head of humanitarian policy and advocacy at Save the Children. Alexandra, just how worrying is the UN saying that due to the heavy bombing in South Gaza, they won't be able to continue operating unless there is an immediate pause in fighting?
This week, we've heard harrowing stories from our staff. More than 1.8 million civilians have been forced south with no means to survive, and people moved south thinking they would be somewhat safer, and what we've seen is Israeli bombardment attacking them where they were told to go. And so we're extremely concerned about what's going to come over the next couple of days. The conditions have greatly deteriorated. The aid that has come in is less than a trickle. We are hearing about cases of starvation, dehydration, malnutrition, the spread of more diseases. My colleague was telling me that he saw hundreds of children queuing up for just a single toilet. The situation has become more desperate than it has been, and it's extremely worrying. This is why we need an immediate cessation of hostilities, an immediate ceasefire, an immediate scale up in aid. We're really worried about what's to come.
You say, Alexandra, that the situation is now desperate. What hope is there for those left in Gaza now?
Unfortunately, the international community has not given the children of Gaza, the civilians of Gaza, any hope for the future. They have failed to act. We need the international community to put its weight behind an immediate ceasefire. This is the only way to save lives in Gaza right now. I mean, homes, more than 60% of Gaza's housing units have been completely destroyed. Winter is starting, and people are literally living on the streets, with many with absolutely no shelter. Nothing to keep them warm. The situation is really desperate. And I mean, we need the international community to act. It's the only way to save lives. We're failing the children of Gaza.
You say we need the international community to act. Alexandra, what more pressure can the international community put on Israel?
I mean, this is the million-dollar question. We need to get back to a diplomatic solution. We need to get back to the negotiating table. We need the international community to pressure Israel to agree to an immediate ceasefire, for all the crossings to open so that we can deliver meaningful assistance. I mean, Rafah crossing, the crossing between Egypt and Gaza, is overwhelmed. We need Kerem Shalom to open. We need humanitarian staff to actually be able to get into Gaza. We need aid to stop being limited. We need more fuel in. We need more food, water, medical supplies. This is all we've been calling on the international community for a while, and this is the time to act.
Almost 2 million displaced civilians now. Is opening the Rafah border the answer? What would become of these 2 million displaced civilians from Gaza?
The answer is a ceasefire. I mean, this is the only thing that will save lives. I mean, people don't want to leave their homes. People want to stay in their homes. They just want they want to be able to survive. They want to be able to go back to their lives. And this is what we keep hearing from families on the ground.
Alexandra, thank you very much for talking to us this evening.